Hey, you guys, how's it going? Happy holidays. Oh, move. Okay, I'm trying to do this so I can get on TikTok. How y'all doing? Sorry for the delay, but you know how I go. At least you're here. Share the show tonight for me. Give me a heart and a thumbs up. Let me go over here to my TikTok tonight. It seems like it wants to snow. I'm not sure as to why, but the weather seems to be a little crazy today. The weather seems to be a little. Let me go over here to TikTok. Let's go here. Hey, 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 hey. How you, Andre? How was your Thanksgiving? Have we talked? Wait a minute. Have we talked since then, y'all? I'm trying to figure it out. Let me see. Trying to figure it out. Yeah, I think I did talk to y'all since Thanksgiving. Are we ready for Christmas? Are y'all even celebrating Christmas? Who knows? You know they keep saying that this is a whole ploy and all this other stuff. I don't know. Does anybody know what the numbers were for what is it called? Black Friday? Was this a good Black Friday? I don't really know. Hey, TikTok. All right, let's see what we got going. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting all these notifications. What is this? Manage. Oh, what is that? Oh, look, I get on here and I have to look into some other stuff. Be offense, Jesus, be offense. You said no. You're not ready. Are you? So, are you ready, or you not ready, or you celebrating, or you're not? Like, what we doing? Um, Cause it's a lie, They keep saying that everything is like a money ploy. You know what? They keep saying that we are in this recession, but people are finding time and the money to do what they want. At this point, at this point, it's coming off like poverty is a choice. Okay. Cause the way people be out here spending the coin. I'm sorry, I'm doing my Sherry thing on TikTok, y'all. Um, but I don't know. We'll never know. You'll never know. What's been going on? So, what's new? So I was sitting in here a couple days ago. Over the last couple of days, things are almost finished, you guys. I'm just pacing myself, you know, being more at a standstill and being calm and not rushing things. Cause y'all know when I do stuff and I have an idea and I like to be on top of it, but I'm like, nope, I'm pacing myself. I probably will be on live a long time tonight. Maybe not on Facebook, but I'm definitely going to be on TikTok. So make sure you follow your girl on TikTok. The websites and stuff are coming together. Everything is coming together really, really nice and smoothly. So I'm excited about that, y'all. Shout outs to us. Um, but yeah, so I started it, but I have to finish it. I think I made it to like episode 3. So have you guys been watching like the whole Diddy documentary thing? Even though there's a whole bunch of them, right? Um, but I just feel like with a lot of the stuff that's been going around and what we see in the media, I'm always like, what can we learn from it? And it seems like with the Milagro Grams and the Megan Thee Stallion case, right, which was a good win, really, because they deemed her as media. So now, you know, she falls under it's different rules and stuff. She couldn't fall under the same rules of like a journalism. So it's like a win. So I see where people are more concerned about her than they are with Megan. She ended up hitting over like 59, 50, 55, or 59,000 or something like that. But she got something great happened for people who are bloggers, streamers like myself, and then the people who are also on the YouTube world. So they say that we kind of scored a big score, or not. But with that case, if you really paid attention to it with things that occurred, Malago Grams was really sued for her opinion, and I think that is important for us to pay attention to. Just like when you are, you know, ridiculed and treated differently for not believing in what other people believe and stuff like that. Then you have the whole Diddy documentary that then came out. Of course, they They're gonna add extra sauce to it, but I feel like everything that came out in the court, that it was really a good way of how they brought this documentary out. Did y'all watch the documentary? Because I ain't gonna be before y'all long over here because I got a quota. I got a quota I gotta make on TikTok. Say hi to me when you get here in the chat, you guys. Hey YouTube, hey TikTok. Um, let me know. Did you guys watch the documentary? But the documentary is kind of good that it went the way it did, and they also have two of the members from the jury that are also on the documentary that are going to explain, and they just talk about how they came up with the notion and the numbers and stuff that they did. So I was like, oh, okay. Um, honestly, honestly, even with that, right? I'm sorry, I'm trying to log on the other thing. I'm being up the host, the moderator, and everything today. One moment. Um, even with everything, right, that's done and stuff like that, it's like the documentary makes more sense. It's no way that he would be able to come out and say he didn't do this stuff or this is inaccurate. But the part of the documentary that got tricky for me, that was like, wow, is yo, the way they did this, I think he probably did. It's like he did have something to do with Tupac and Biggie and all of them. And not only that, did y'all know that hey, how you doing, girl? How you been? So how he wrote all of their contracts, because you know how I was, some of us are always like, what happened to all these artists? What happened to all these groups? Total and Craig Mack and Black Rob. Y'all know Jodeci, Day 26, Daddy Kane. You know how they were like popping all over the world, right? So it's like, what happened? How did it just vanish? So apparently, it's the way that he had written the contracts and stuff, all the contracts that he had with people, with those artists. He promised, you saw that? Okay, good, good. He promised them fame without money. Didn't promise them any money. I'm like, damn. What? Well, who would agree to that? You understand? I'm like, who in the hell would agree to that? And what is her name? They talked about it. Babs Bunny and stuff like that from Day 26 and all them, all they, the band, all them, they were on there and they were just talking about it. And she said that she had her lawyers look at it, and when she had her lawyers look at it, this is Babs. She said that Diddy, when he began his contract, said that they had 24 hours to sign the paperwork, or it was over with. So it was like he was pressuring and bullying, and you not being reading the fine print. But he had learned how to uh make the contracts to box you in, to where as though it looked like your money was going to different places, but all of it was really going to him. I was sitting there like, "Man, for real?" So it's kind of like you get to see what happened with some of the artists and how he got them. So it kind of takes you to this through this thing where you get to see that money and power will make some people think like they have a, like, you can see how he has this god complex, you know. And even they're saying that in the movie, in the movie, even they're saying that, like, listen, you give somebody money, and with more money came more power. He was talking to people like crazy. So I guess I say all that to say, they say that money brings out the people's true colors. Do y'all think that? I want to know. Do y'all think money brings out people's true colors? Because I don't really think I believe that. Or maybe let's say I'm still processing it and I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know. I gotta look at that. I think because it's definitely ego. I feel like it's all run off of ego, right? And if you were already a person that has a big ego, it's just going to intensify. But I don't think it's going to bring out who you are, because you're probably already leading with your ego. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, Andre, because I know you're. Let me know. What's up, Mag? What's up, CEO? What y'all think? What's up, TikTok? Let me know. What is it giving? Because I think a lot of the stuff is a lot of the stuff that goes on is drawn off of ego. I see you guys, YouTube. Hey, YouTube, say hello to me from YouTube. If you're over there, make sure you like the video. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Say hello. Talking in the chats are very important, you guys. Engagement, engagement, engagement. Let me know I'm here. And you're there. Hey, hey, Sonera girl, how are you? How was your Thanksgiving? I think I missed you last week. We missed you last week. Yeah. How was your holidays? You just got home. Well, thank God that you made it home safely. Okay. Um. So I don't know. I don't know. What y'all do? Y'all think? What y'all think? Do money bring out the worst in people? I don't know. I don't really think I understand. I really like fully believe that. I just think that sometimes certain things you get into positions and it could take you a while sometimes to see how who and what people are. But I do think that sometimes if you aren't uh asking for guidance with how to be when you get it, you don't know what you'll do sometimes. But I think that a lot of the stuff that's going on in the media and the things that we see, you can't believe everything, but definitely, people are now able to sue you for you not agreeing with them or you not liking their music or just having an opinion. And I find it funny because I'm like, how is it that people are freaking like now suing people for their opinions when the president get up and say what he want to say every day, all day, whenever, and nobody is suing this man, nobody is trying to do anything to this man. Hell, they can hardly even get the man out of the damn presidency. So it's just crazy how it's I hope y'all are paying attention. What they say? Waking up. Thanksgiving was good. I was being a kitchen beautician last week. Oh, so that means you was doing hair. Hmm. You was in the house. You said being a kitchen beautician. Girl, well, I wish you was over here because listen, my curls be popping, but I'm ready to cut this hair off. I've been researching and talking about that, trying to decide, hey, am I going to cut my hair off again? I literally grew my hair back just to try certain hairstyles. I did the hairstyles, and then I am contemplating, y'all, going to cut my hair off again. Okay, so that's just where we are with it. I don't know. I always say I'll let you know when I get there. She say yes, ma'am. Um, what is that? You think that? So what is that makes money? Because they always say funerals and weddings bring out the worst. You always get to see how people act. And I feel like I think it's because it's a whole host of a lot of things. It's a lot of different feelings, a lot of different egos. Uh some people are coming from a calmer place, right? And then some people are ego driven and they're coming with their ego out 100 guns a blazing. You get what I'm saying? Um, I feel like maybe funerals are probably as complicated as they are just because it's so many emotions around. Um, every different people know different things about the person that's in the casket usually, and it's like, well, they ain't even like you, or you ain't even like them, or they're like, we just look at so many things, right? That it's really like it really shouldn't matter, but it does during those times. And then you have weddings, and it's like, well, your mother wants you to invite your grandmother and Uncle Pete that watched them, or little John from down the street who used to play with you when you were 3. So now you're having this wedding and spending all this money, and people hardly bringing gifts, right? Because that's another thing. Why do people not bring gifts to wedding anymore? Seems like people show up empty-handed to a lot of things, and sometimes I'm guilty, sometimes I'm people, but I call like I can't come because I ain't got no gift. And people be like, I don't need no gift. I just want you there. So I also learned that some people don't care about gifts. They care about the people being there. You know what I'm saying? You know? So it's just like, okay. So now this go you go from having the wedding and planning the wedding you want to have to inviting all these people, and you'll have 100, 200, or whoever many people at your wedding, and your gift table ain't got nothing on it. You know what I mean? And then you have, so what? So there is money causes issues in funerals, money can cause issues in weddings, and what else do money cause issues in? And clearly we see now that it's causing issues in the entertainment world where it's just like, so you had Megan Thee Stallion who then sued Milagro, right, for her opinion. One, she won, but it's not really talked about because she didn't really win a huge win. Plus, when you look at it, if you really look at this from a different, from higher, it's like, girl, you got all this money and you sued this girl only just to win $55,000 or $59,000 when you spent hundreds of thousands of that. Ooh, she said church. That's a good one. You spent hundreds of thousands of that and lawyer fees. So to me, that was like, Megan, it's just time for you to go sit down. The hotties is not hiding it right now. Okay, like you're not a thing. That I honestly feel that Megan's career. I'm trying to see when she's what she going how she gonna come back from this. I truly believe that Tori did not harm her, and I think that we because but sometimes here's the thing, we can look at people and we can think or compare our lives and think that our lives are better, their lives are better, right? Or that they're in a different, whatever. But it's also like with sometimes with the people, you don't know what they're going through, you don't know what they did, and you don't know what they're experiencing. So, but because we're not in the inside, it looks like, dang, maybe I ain't doing enough. You ever feel like that? Like maybe I ain't doing enough, or maybe I got to do more or something. But it's like then you get with these people, you may meet some of them, you might have the opportunity to meet some of them, or you might know some of them personally, and like, yo, he is lying, she is lying. She sleep on an air mattress, you understand? She got fucking milk crates holding up her bed. Of course, no judgment to anybody who has to do that because we all have to go through something. But the point of the matter is, you'll be the hottest thing on the internet. So it's stuff like that, and it's just like, this is why it really matters to mind the business that pays you, which is yours, and get it together and focus on you, because you don't know what hell and high water they dealing with to go through that and get the things that they had. You understand? Now when it comes to church, okay, so church, you said church and money. Um, I definitely see that. Goddamn, you seen the pastor who was like the lady came with the last she had and even wrote out a nice little letter. You basically saying like this all I got, and this nigga gonna say that ain't enough. That ain't enough. She's saying she was gonna give you $800 later. Y'all, so now you have people who are the faces. Let's say that the faces of religion or the representation of, you know, Christianity or whatever it is, right? What could easily make you turned off because you like, this is not godly. This is not this. And you want me to come to your church? So it's just, yeah. I know what they say, because what? They say money is the root of all evil. But I think we can change that as far as, is money the root of all evil, or does money make people do stupid shit? Or just do stuff. Hey, TikTok, make sure you guys tap the screen. And if you come in, just drop a line and say hi, send a heart. I have a goal. I only need one daily heart me with the crown. They told me to do a flash goal, and then I'll be back over here tonight because I'm on TikTok because I'm gonna be battling. I'm gonna do some battles and see what craziness comes out. TikTok be on the chain. So Never said, I guess it was the principle of things for her. Yeah, I think it probably was the principle of things for her, but if you followed it and you listened to the case and her testimony, it was like, well, girl, what's the principle? Because you really only sued this girl because you felt the way about her being in close contact with Tory Lane's family, and you sued her about her opinion. However, you have other people such as Nicki Minaj, Drake, academics, Aiden Ross, who smeared you through the internet streets. And this is not an assumption. These are things that is out there. You can see it in the internet. And she said that what Malago Grams did affected her life the most. I'm listening to that and watching that, and I'm like, girl, you have got to be kidding me. And this is the thing. I guess we still do got to unpack this with money because Milagro don't have as much money as Megan. You understand? So when you look at it, she going up against the big dogs by herself. She a little pop, right? It's almost like a lose lose. Like, girl, I don't even want to say that it was almost like a girl, you're not going to win this because God can change any situation. You understand? I think that it depends on like where you are, what you believe, and how you are with that um, to get the outcomes with things, right? But that's a different show. But um, she really sued this girl because this girl does not believe that Tory shot her. And it was nothing any different from what anybody else said. So now we are, like I said, we are now in dangerous territory where people will now try to sue you for your opinions if you have a platform. But what her attorneys were asking Megan while Megan was on the stand was like, so you telling me that Malago Graham's little platform of maybe like, I don't even want to say 100,000 people. I think that's probably pushing it affected you more than Nicki Minaj and Drake and Partisan making a whole song about you. You understand? It's like, y'all, it's for real. Sometimes we have to hear some things repeated out loud. Like, let's be real. Even some things they'd be like, what? Um, so you're saying that the YouTuber, the YouTuber, right? Because I gotta unpack this. Let me see. I'm about to see y'all. Like, come on, y'all. Y'all know we had court last week. Let's unpack this. Let me go to her file. Let me go. What they say? Let her cook. Let me cook. Okay, right. Malago Grams have 78.1 thousand subscribers. Right? So you're saying that her platform compared to where my pen go? Somebody take notes. Put the number in the chat. Just put 78K in the chat. Okay? Put Milagro and 78K. Because we gotta look, because I just like y'all know I like to use the stuff that y'all be interested in to make a point. All right, Nicki Minaj, she has, and because this is just YouTube, we're only talking about YouTube. She has Nicki Minaj has. Thank you, Sanera. She said Milagro 70K. Now put Nicki Minaj, or you could just put Nicki 27.9. So basically 28 million, right? Nikki 28 million, right? Okay. Then you're gonna put Drake 32 million. So we got Nikki. Thank you. Hey, princess. She said 78K. Moolah. Okay, Mala somebody. I know that's right. Right? 27 Nikki. Then you have Drake 32. Got it. Then you have Joe Button, right? Because look, we gotta make something make sense. What put 1.58 million, right? So Joe is 1.58 million. DJ Academic. He got a bunch of different platforms though. And then you got DJ Academics at 990K, right? And then you have Aiden Ross. So just put DJ 90 at 4.58 million. So you're gonna put that, right? You got it. Thank you, girl. Because we're gonna get back to this comment. She acted as a bully and picked on the little one. Yeah, she definitely did. All right, so we got Milagro. Just so y'all know. Yup. DJ Academic. Yup. Thank you, Sanera. And then we have Aiden Ross, 4.58 million. Oh, and one more. And this is everybody they brought up in the trial. And then Partisan, which was her man, he only has 438. K, right? So we're gonna put that in there. So with all, yep, the last one is was her ex, 438K. So then so when you look at the numbers and you see this, right? She said, now y'all see these numbers of everybody. And everybody else, and this is hers. Everybody else went that you saw before and went in doubt. Just scroll through the chat and scroll through the chat and just keep liking the video, y'all, and share it. Everybody else has a more huge following. This is just, and I just did this off of YouTube. This is not even a combination of all their platforms. And she is saying that Milagro, as you can see, 78K affected her life the most. These are the things that make you go, hmm. And so her Milagro attorneys even was saying to her on the stand, like, but you did a song responding to Nicki, okay, Drake, Joe Budden, academics, partisan. You made your comeback song that took you number one about them. All the ones that y'all just saw, right? Not once in your song did you mention her. So this is why it's like I keep telling y'all I be wanting to be a member on some of these juries because it'd be like, ain't no way, ain't no way. Like I know if I was there, I know if I was there, that girl wouldn't have, that girl wouldn't have had to walk away paying nothing. So, but that's what it is. That's it. So, but but she also has her own lesson to learn, and that's why it ended up being the way it was, and she was found guilty. Um, but she did something huge for the, like I said, the streaming, the YouTube world, the people in that field, myself, her, everybody else, Armand Olim are now deemed new media, the new way to do media, um, without having to be politically correct. But yeah, it definitely did show and went to, she just bullied the one that she could pick on, because she was the weakest link out of them all. So it's just one of those things where it's like, well, you know, can we say that money is the root to evil and money is what brings out the bad in people? Or is this we're already who you are and money can just amplify it, or the ego, you know? So it's things like that that I think that we should really like pay attention to. But also too, sometimes you got to be mindful of what you say. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it, and things like that. And your delivery sometimes can be, not the best, but you aren't responsible for how someone takes what you say. You know what I mean? If anything, people need to learn to communicate better, communicate clearly, and not be afraid to do what we've been saying here for the last 8 years. Have those uncomfortable conversations that we don't like to have. If we can sit still long enough during moments of having conversations, whether it's somebody telling you hurt their feelings, whether it's somebody apologizing, whether it's somebody just calling you to be a listening ear, whatever it may be, if you can sit for a little bit and take how you feel about it and take your feelings out of it and just listen, I know a whole lot of growth and healing and stuff would and issues could be resolved if people just took the time to listen and stop actively listening, actively listen, but stop listening to respond. You know, make sure you guys are giving me a thumbs up and share the show for me. TikTok, make sure you guys are tapping the screen and sharing the live out if you're here. The more and more you tap, the more and more TikTok know I'm here. Everybody's been trying to send me lives to battle tonight. I promise I'm going to battle as soon as I end the show. I'm going to battle. Um, so it's things like that. and help me reach my goals, you guys. I just need 3 of the heart me's, the daily heart me's, the heart with the crown on it. I'm gonna try to see if I can get my gallery lit up tonight on TikTok, y'all. Turn some music on, and I'm gonna go to work, you know. But and if you're on Facebook and YouTube, make sure you guys subscribing to the channel, liking the videos. Say hi to me down in the chat so I know you're here. Because I won't be before you long. I say that all the time, but I do owe y'all because I was like 5 minutes late. Okay, so I owe y'all an extra 5 minutes. But I don't know. And here's the thing. And I know we're talking about money tonight because I feel like I just learned something. So I found Draco, a new vet, right? More convenient, more close, all of that. If you follow us on TikTok, on Instagram, you got to see his new doctor's office. So y'all always know when I have to go to take him to the doctors. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Shout outs to you. Share the live for me. Tap that screen. Can we get 1,000? Can I get at least to 1,000 hearts over here? Just tap, you guys. Um, I appreciate it. So here we are. I found Draco a new vet, right? And y'all know the vet is always he's always a big bill, either a 500 something dollar bill or something something dollar bill, $100 bill, $200 bill. The day he was, he was like $200. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time. I don't even want to talk about it. But this is where it comes in, where I said, okay, I believe I too was being exploited. A little bit, right? So give your heart a thumbs up. So even though where I found a vet for him to go to, it's way more convenient. And you know, if you guys know Draco, if you've been following me on Instagram, y'all seen me in Snapchat. Like y'all have been going through the whole journey of me being Dr. Doolittle, right? Me being my own Dr. Doolittle. I'm changing his food. I'm trying to figure out what is causing my dog to scratch, scratch, scratch. Thank you guys for tapping the live. Thank you guys for tapping the live. I appreciate it. Hey, hey, Pancho. And y'all know, so here we are. I ended up at this vet. Let me know if you guys are listening. You here? Say, let me know if you guys are still here. Because I think this is important. Because I probably don't believe that when you start paying more attention to your money, you really get to see where it's going necessarily, unnecessarily, and things like that, right? So I was taking him to the vet, and they were always giving me, I'm always walking out with a bill. They go, they take him, and always will bring him back and just say, oh, just do this, or this is it. Here go a pill, and keep it moving. So today, when I went to this new vet, um, it just reminded me of like elevation. Because a lot of times we go places and we deal with things because that may be the level of vibration we're at. We're just attracting it. When I found his vet, it was like I left because the one place misdiagnosed him. They were about to try to charge me $2,500 2 years ago to treat him, only to find out that when I took him to a different vet, that vet gave me all the options and was like, he does not have to do that. That's like an extreme. Here go a pill. We'll recheck it and do like that. And I was like, whoa. So I stuck with it. Right. I stuck with that vet just because he, I'm like, he saved me some money because these other people was trying to rip me off. So fast forward, y'all know his vet just recently passed away. But I was getting a little irritated with them there. I started to get a little. You know how it is when when you're something and you just don't feel right. You like, I feel like y'all starting to play with me, right? The niceness starts to wear off, the welcoming, warm and fuzzy, which once was there, it's no longer there. Kind of like a relationship being a relationship, like you don't even hug me the way you used to. You don't even cater to me how you used to. What is going on? Kind of like that. Like, girl, or like your friends. Like, girl, we was cool. Now you're looking at me funny because I said what? Or this. It started being like that. Shit it just started shifting and being weird. And I was like, okay. But I was like, during this process, before he passed, I was like, I do want to get him a new vet. I was going to do that. But what we did, we get comfortable. And I didn't feel like doing it because I already do so much. So I got to this vet today, sent over all the records, right? Y'all saw me spending money on food, trying this food, trying that food. Maybe he's allergic to chicken. Maybe it's this. What is going on? And I'm doing it. And I'm like, all right, well, I've noticed that even with the little I've done, there has been a change. So as these doctors get this vet today gets his records, and I'm like, they're like, well, do you want to try this pill? It's called Abaquil. Abaquil is one of the freaking most expensive allergy medicines known to dog. Okay. And I was like, I mean, I'm talking about a pill that's maybe like 15 pills for $60 type stuff. For real, straight up. So I was like, no, because his last vet tried it, right? Had him on it and it didn't work. Now you know I don't know anything about a dog, right? Listen to what I'm saying, okay? Because this is a message for somebody. I don't know who, but listen. The message that is being dropped right now is saying who I don't know who it is. Maybe it's you, or maybe somebody else, or who you maybe you watching this after it's already been played. Start asking more detailed questions. I don't know what that mean or who it's about or where it's at, but whatever whoever it is, you need to. If somebody right now is watching, needs to start asking more detailed questions. I don't know about what it's about, but that's what I'm getting right now. And it's somebody that's here right now. I don't know. But anyway, moving on. So I'm asking the lady, and she's telling me, she said, well, I saw that they gave him and he was on the Apoquil, but you said no, that didn't work. I said, no, it didn't work. I said, we've tried like three different allergy medicines for him. It didn't work. And he just keeps clawing at his face and he'll start making his chin and stuff bleed. I mean, I go in there today because I said, I wanted to be prepared. Be prepared. That's another message. Be prepared. Whatever's going on, be prepared, right? Prepare yourself. So I go and I am pulling out everything. And I'm like, this is that. This was the medicine. This is what I still had for his ear infections because he was always getting an ear infection. Like it was like every time I took Draco to the vet, Draco was coming back with something. It's to the point to where so like even like my pastor and my sister always be like, yo, he has more ailments than a old man, or like he is really a little old man, right? So here we are. You guys let me know you still there. You still here? Say I'm here. Put that in the chat. Say I'm here. Because I see y'all, but I ain't seen y'all. But then I noticed too that y'all just like to listen. So anyway, she was like, well, you know, the dosage that the doctor gave him wasn't really a high dosage. And on top of that, it looks like it was only for a week, right? I'm like, now she blowing my mind, and I'm the one that was paying this bill the whole time, thinking, whatever. So she was like, so he wasn't even on it long enough to see if it was going to work, to see if there would be a change. And she also said he also didn't have a high dosage. I'm like, you got to be shitting me, right? Part my mouth tonight, y'all. Hey girl, how you? So I'm like, okay, and I'm listening, right? And I said, okay. She said, so when it comes to that and with dogs, you have to try something for at least like 21 days, at least a month or more. You have to do it. She said, and the dosage should have been increased. Um, and I'm like, okay. And y'all know with his breed, they have stomach issues. Draco always having a stomach issue. She was like, well, to really even rule out if it's really even a food allergy, right? To even if it's a food allergy. Hi. Thank you for stopping by. Tap the screen. Tell me if you single, babe. So it was like, the hell going on up there? So it was like, even if that was the case, right? The doctor would just give me a medication to give him for an upset stomach. And I'm telling y'all, $60, $70, $90, $80, all this for his vet bill. To the point I was at a point where I wanted to get rid of him because it was just too much. So here it is. I learned today. The lady, the new vet was like, well, if the way to tell if he's having like a stomach issue is the bowels, and if he's vomiting, then you could really tell it. But she was like, well, does he vomit a lot? I was like, no, only if he eats something that he shouldn't have eaten, right? She said, well, you could thank you for the follow. And you guys, could I get one daily heart me? That's the heart with the crown on it. The red heart with the smiley. I just need to meet my goal. And if not, guess what? I'll be still on TikTok all night because I got the battle to get this goal. And tap the screen for me. Thank you. I want to at least get to 1,100 hearts at the top. So TikTok, no, we over here. All right, you guys. And over here, you guys, share the live, tap the screen, engage, and say hello to me. So here we are. She said, well, you can always go and give him some Pepsi. We take Pepsi. I'm like, oh. She was like, yeah, and when you do it, this and the third, you would just give it to him. She said, you're just gonna give it to him. Give him 10 milligrams of that, for his stomach. Y'all, I've been taking him to this other vet, rest his soul. He never even told me that giving him something over the counter was even an option. When I asked if there was something over the counter that wouldn't be so costly to my pockets, could what could it? They told me no. So I'm like, I'm now learning this because I started asking questions and sometimes and then it's not even anything on your end or my end. We naturally do it, right? When you go to somebody, whether it's a doctor, a friend, or whatever, you're trusting them to know what they talking about if it's an area you're not familiar with, right? You know, it's almost like this is why people go to doctors and they get second and third and fourth and fifth diagnosis. One doctor, I think I was talking to this lady where I found out recently, one doctor was a hospital kept saying she was pregnant, and she kept telling them, "I'm not pregnant. I am not pregnant. I am not pregnant." Big as day, stomach big as day. You are pregnant. You are pregnant. She said, "I'm telling you, I'm not pregnant. I am not pregnant." She went to another hospital. True story. Went to another hospital, and they told her it was they lucky. She's lucky she came because it was gas. Something inside of her had ended up turning and becoming gas to where so they had to go in and pop whatever it was to release it. Come on. So you know what I mean? It's like not what. So sometimes that's why I said asking questions and going into some more details is important. So I was like, okay, so I learned that I can get some Pepsi. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't gotta keep doing that. So she told me about the signs to him having an upset stomach. So then she says, we do have there is a medicated shampoo that you could get. Now y'all know when I was playing freaking Dr. Doolittle, I had already ordered all the stuff off Amazon to give him stuff for a bath. She said no. Um this shampoo you only use on the effect and the only on the affected area. Y'all, I have been taking him to this other vet since 2023, the summer of 2023. Not one time did this vet tell me that there was a allergy medicated shampoo that I could use just to treat the affected area. But what he did was gave me a medication to keep putting on his chin. So I'm like, okay, why you guys just it's almost like the last vet was putting a band-aid on it and sending me on my way. Y'all ever felt like that? Like no matter what it was, somebody was just trying to y'all ever had that feeling where it was like, or you later learned that somebody was just trying to put a band-aid on something and it still was a problem or try to make you believe that um you could put sugar on top of sugar honey iced tea. Y'all ever felt like that? Y'all ever experienced something like that? Like, I am not crazy. So here we are, and I'm going through that, and I did that, right? Look, yeah, right. Audrey said yes. You feel me? So it's like, I'm like, okay. So now here it is. Since 2023, I've now learned, and it took this man passing away to get me even get the ball rolling to even look for another doctor to really put the initiative in to look for one. And I'm learning that there were things and stuff that could have been done to help fix the issue so we could narrow it down to another issue. Because they told me, well, at the other place, well, the only thing you could try is food, change his food. You could change his food. I'm like, all right. So then I'm on this hell bent journey to try to change his food to see if it's his food. When I learned from the lady, she's like, from the new vet today, she was like, well, we do have a hypoallergenic food. I'm like, you do? Never knew. I never knew. Right? I said, oh. I said, but then I said, oh no, he already was on that. Because remember when I was at the previous place that misdiagnosed him before I went to this other place, they had gave me something. They had me have him on this food that was for gastric, for his stomach, for the tummy. And I was like, oh well, so my answer, I just was like, we tried that. He was already on that for a while, and they were like, "Well, which one?" She was like, She was like Royal Canin. I was like, "Yeah, he was already on that." I said I had to get a prescription. I had to show my prescription card to get it from like PetSmart and stuff. I was like, he was already on it, and that didn't really work. And then she was like, "Well, they have different ones. Some is for tummies, intestinal, gastro." I said, "Yeah, he was on the one for gastro." She was like, "No, this one is hyperallergenic. This one is completely different." So you mean to tell me I done had this dog for 3 years? And I'm just now learning that there is a food that I could have been giving him this entire time to help with the allergies. I'm over here talking about the boy allergic to chicken. They like, well, how do you know he allergic to chicken? I said, well, I've been doing my own research and it says that a lot of the dogs that's his breed is allergic to chicken. But I'm confused because when I've given him raw pure chicken from boiling it, when they tell me give it to him when he got a stomach issue, he don't have a reaction to that. So I'm thinking maybe he has an issue with the processed chicken that they take in this thing on store in these foods. And she was like, well, there is tests that you could have. You could get him tested to really see what his allergy, see what it is. She said, but there's also a shot that could help this. I was never offered a shot. I was never even told that I could give him something over the counter. I was never even informed anything about a medicated shampoo. So then I started feeling like today, I'm like, wow, were even though this other place was cheaper, because I like a good sale and I like something that's a little cheap. I go out, I use my points, I use coupons, that's just what we do. I'm gonna try to save me a coin and I'm gonna save you one if I can help it, right? And I am like, not one time was a less costly alternative given to me. It just seems like everything was like, well, get this test. Well, how much is this test? Oh, well, that test is 250. And then on top of that is another this and then that. It was just like, what in the world? So now I feel like I was being just pulled. So what I liked about this new vet that I found for him, besides the cleanliness of it, I mean the smell, it was really smelled really good. It just was like, y'all, I didn't even know, pause, veterinarian places could look like a damn hospital for adults. Right? So I went and took him to this one today and I was thoroughly impressed. Like, this is a level up of care. You know what I mean? Like the exam fee is like $9. Okay, $9 hot more than his previous, but the smell, the appearance, the atmosphere. Yo, I thought when I walked in this building today, I thought I was going to a doctor's appointment for me. And I'm not lying. N- Even the professionalism. Like nothing about it said I was in here for a dog. Nothing. Right? Oh, thank you, TikTok. We got to the 1100 hearts. Yes. Now, can we keep on tapping? Now, let's see if we can get to 2000. Just a little easy 2000. So I was like, wow, I didn't know that. And so I guess the message is, tonight overall, even though we started and it's about money, but sometimes we have to stop doing what's convenient, what's comfortable, what feels good to us because you don't know what it truly is and what it truly may be costing you to do something that's and stay in something that's comfortable, right? And so what I really liked even with this vet when she came, she said she came to me with all these options that like the little tech came in and said, I'm gonna go put some stuff together for you, let you know what you can do, what can go on, and this and that. I said, okay. That lady came back with, I'm gonna tell you exactly, and it was little. She came back with two sticky notes like this, and this is how she had them. I ain't lying, and it was words on it, and she had the stuff on it, and she had wrote down, "Thank you, TikTok, you guys. Let's get me the 2K hearts. Keep tapping the screen, y'all. And if you don't, we have 3 hours to get my daily heart me. And if I don't get the daily heart me, then I'm just gonna work for it tonight while I'm on here on TikTok battling later, right? But thank you guys. So she went ahead and she said, we could do this. We can give you the Abaquil. We can do the food prescription. We have the shampoo, and we have this other thing. And I was like, and she said, I said, well, how much is this? She said, well, this is this much, and this is that much, and this is this much. But the exam that the exam fee that you already paid also goes towards. Oh, thank you for my rose. Woo! I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thank you. Woohoo! So she said, okay. And I'm sitting there. Now before I went, I was like, God, please don't let me go in here and have no high bill. Rent is due. You understand? Like, this is not what we're gonna do. I said, Draco, you cannot go in here with me today and be 100 and be a hundreds and hundreds of dollar issue today. We're not gonna be able to do this. Right? So I get there, I still paid, but the shampoo ended up being free. Woohoo! I ended up getting the shampoo free. And she gave me the amounts. Now, mind you guys, at the last vet, they never did that. I would come in the door like, oh, we're here for this. And by the time I would leave, right, I'm walking out with a bill for real that would with numbers. I'm about to show you with numbers and transactions. I'm gonna that's like this long of all this stuff that they had did. And I'm like, what you do? I just pay it. I don't know nothing about dogs. I'm not no vet. You understand? I'm trusting you to do your job. And they would always get them, take them in the back, do what they do, and bring them back. And there's a sheet and saying, well, this is what's going on, and this is what the doctors say. And I'm like, so at this day, y'all, so today it was like it was a shell shock for me. It was so different because they didn't do that before they charged me anything. She came to me with a list, gave me the totals, and I said, oh, because I know I'm impulsive. I like to do things right away. I was like, well, what's best? Because I when in doubt, y'all, that's what I'm gonna ask you. What do you think is best? When it's your area, I'm gonna ask you what is best. And she was like, and I said to them, I said, I am laid off. I don't have I don't have no pride issue. I'm gonna let you know. I listen. And she said, okay. And she said, well, and I'm gonna always pick the cheapest things on the menu anyway. She said, well, you don't have to do the food. You don't have to do the diet. Like really, before we do a drastic change and to do the diet and all of that with the hyperallergenic food and because the food like $105 a bag. I was like, Lord, right? She said, let's start with the higher dosage of the allergy medicine, the medicated shampoo, and they gave me the Ciprica, the Cipico. So the Cipico is a flea tick and like some type of other mite treatment. And she was like, or we could do the testing where we'll scrape his skin and then do the testing for it to see if he has the mite. I said, well, um, if you do the testing, does he still have to? If do I still have to get the Cipico? She was like, no, but if you want to just give him the Cipico, right? Well, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but y'all know what I'm saying. If you give him the Cipico, that'll automatically kill it and treat a mite that might could be causing the irritation and all of that with the foods. I was like, okay, I'll do that. She was like, but now that just comes in three months, 6 months. Y'all, and mind you, it's three individual pills. Do. Because I didn't know that, but dogs are supposed to get the heartworm prevention medicine once a month. I learned that the hard way with Draco years ago. So I was like, okay. And but that costs. So child, I got some of that from my cousin, okay? Because I'm like, if it's free, it's for me. I can't right now. We have to move accordingly. So she goes ahead and I said, okay, well, give me that. Either way, the bill was like 100 and something dollars. Um, but I, I said all that to say this place, although the exam fee is a little more than what the other place was, she's she's put me in a routine. She's like trying to get a routine to fix his actual issue and not do what this other place was doing, which I feel was just kept smacking a band-aid on it and smacking a band-aid on it, taking my money and smacking a band-aid on it. It's almost like when one of my friends we was talking earlier was like a car. You take your car in the shop for one thing and they come out giving you 15 more things. Like when I go to Jiffy Lube, I ask you for an oil change. I did not ask you to open up the air filter and tell me that the air filter it got 50 more miles until it's extra dirty. I did not tell you to check the gas mileage tank and you telling me that you could do this. I did not tell you to check the windshield wipers and now I gotta get your windshield wipers. That's $30 for the windshield wiper. I came here for an oil change. You know what I mean? And you giving me more than what I need. So it seems as though that place, although they were, a little inexpensive, um, yo, he wasn't trying to find a treatment. He was not trying to avoid the problem. For me, it feel like he wasn't trying to avoid the problem and really do it. So I said all that to say that, you know, you say it's their job to keep you coming back. And that's the sad part. Because that shouldn't even be your job. You know what I mean? Your job should be to help people. That's why when it come to kids that act out, unless they're the ones that really need it, I don't let you're not gonna just diagnose me or my children with some stuff. I don't play that. We not because we do live in a like you saying, Andre, we do live in a society now that just want to put everybody on medication. Medication. Oh, it's a this issue. It's a that issue. And it's like, no, I grew up with probably like the same damn issue and I wasn't on no medication. Or this may have happened. No, they want to just keep people on medication. Regardless if of how you may feel about it. You might feel like it's a big scam or whatever, but no, you're not diagnosing me. You're not doing this. I always seek like 45 different freaking um opinions before I agree to anything, and I'm pleased with this. I believe it's gonna work. They said I could have started giving him the medicine. Um, I didn't do it because I already fed him, and I don't feel like chasing him because let me tell you, oh, he recognizes his medication. He recognizes like I keep when I got maybe I gotta change up the place because I keep one of them in my bedroom in the medicine cabinet, and that's another reason. If you go over people's houses and you go in their medicine cabinets, y'all see that people be going over visit dudes or girls and you go in the medicine cabinets and then you find out they on all these medications. My dog medications is in my medicine cabinet. So if you ever go in my medicine cabinet, you gonna get your feelings hurt. You gonna think that I got something the whole time. You don't even know it's for the damn dog. But he knows when I go in my bathroom and I pull it out and I come out, first thing he do is he looks straight at my hands like he looks straight at my hands. I'm gonna record it one day. And then I say, "Come here," and I go to get him, and he got this thing where he can hop back like a damn kangaroo, but make his whole body hop up like a kangaroo and jump back. Imma show y'all on video one day. Oh, baby, when I come out that bathroom, if he see my hand like this, oh, and I go, he runs. He don't play. I'm like, "Come here." He be like, "No," and then just take off. I'm like, "Oh my God." No, for real, Andre, for real. So I was like, you know what? I don't feel like doing that. Food is his thing. He gets better with food. So I'm going to take his medication. I'm going to give him everything that they told me to give him. He's going to start that tomorrow. And she did say he's not going to not scratch an itch at all. But I'm like, yeah, I know. Because I'm like, I just want the scratching to go all of it to go away. But she was like, but this will help us to begin to see. She said, so let's do this for 6 weeks. Because then if we go to try to do his food, change his diet, she said he can't have anything, no extra treats, no treats. Like when you go to do this, when we go to try to see if it's the food, he's gonna have to get this food, and that's it. Now y'all know Draco. If you know me, and y'all know Draco, and some of y'all who know us personally, y'all know Draco eat everything. I said, oh my God, he be eating napkins, anything, napkins, hair, nails. That I mean, he's like my sister called him a billy goat because he eat everything. So, um, it took me 3 years to find somebody that wants to put a system in place. You know what I'm saying? Put a system in place so we can come up and see how can we resolve this issue. And so that's what she did. That's what we're doing. And I feel hoodwinked a little bit. But the past is the past. You can't live there. And I'm like, damn. Oh, and I got to see them like examine him. So I was like, oh, I got to stay in the same room. They usually put me in the room, come get him, and take him out and go do what they do. And this place, I was waiting for her to tell me to get out or take him. They was like, nope, we're gonna go right in here. So this is why I was like, dang, it almost felt like I was in um at a doctor's appointment for a human with how clean and stuff it was. So I'm excited, you guys. Wish me luck. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, because I've already said it, prayed it. Things to do what they do. And the lady had gave me so much information that I was sitting there like, I told my friend earlier, I was like, girl, I wish I would have recorded her because I'm just trying to remember everything she said. Because I'd have came home and washed his whole body up in that shampoo. But before I left, I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, is it the whole body? And the girl in text, she didn't know because she wasn't in there. So I found the other girl. I said, because she was in there, I said, excuse me, do you know if she wants me to just to wash his whole body in the shampoo? And the doctor was like, no, you're just going to wash the affected area. I'm like, so today was a learning day for me. Um, I got to learn stuff that I didn't know because I did what? I saw because now I'm in this just in this space this whole year where I pay attention to my money and I'm very careful on how I spend it now. Especially with me doing all this financial literacy stuff that I'm doing. And then I got out of my comfort zone, was forced out of my comfort zone to have to find another doctor. And I just been being obedient and did that. And I got there and I asked questions. And I did it. And I was like, I apologize if I'm asking too much, but I'm trying to get an understanding because of the simple fact that um, you know, all of this stuff was going on. And I didn't know that there were other options. So y'all, we gotta start asking questions. Gotta start asking questions. Gotta start paying attention to it. You know what I mean? To the things that's going on and stuff of that nature. She said, "Hi, Alexis. Welcome. Hi. Oh, hey, Alexis. I didn't see you. Why you make that face? What's that face for? Are you coming here? Is that an irritant? Are you coming to be an irritant or you coming to be heavenly? How you doing? I didn't see you down there. So that was the mess. That was what I learned today. You know, that's what I learned today. Because I thought I was always already asking questions, but no. And they were like, "No, you're fine." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I just don't know because y'all don't understand. For 3 years, I have been, well, I have been being told something and all that other stuff, and now it's like, okay, what you say? Hold on. What you say? Now you want to be careful how you spend your money. Well, listen, okay. Rome wasn't built in a day, okay. At least I take ownership. I take ownership. Y'all, for y'all who don't know, fun fact, this is one of my friends that is very, 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 if you listen, she should be a financial uh consultant, okay? She is, to a degree though, but she is one of the ones who's always like, stop doing this. Don't do this. Stay off of this for a while. Like, I remember one time she was like, can you stay off of a firm for a year? I'm like, girl, it'd be hard, girl, but I'm getting free. But listen, okay, just like with anything, and you sometimes we gotta hear something a million times. Come on now, you gotta plant the seed and let it get watered now. Look, at least it's watered now. Yeah, but you got to, especially when it changed. And I think that also played a part in it too. Is because by my income being like more than quadruply cut in half, it's like it forces you to pay attention to stuff. But and I'm just glad that I did start doing that because even then, when I was telling my friend, I was telling my best friend, I was like, girl, which was like a couple months ago. I was like, girl, I went through my phone and went through all these apps and saw that so many apps that I was being charged for so many apps, like apps that I didn't even know that had hidden fees and stuff. I went through, got rid of all that stuff, canceled all that stuff, got all my money back. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I've learned you only pay for what you need. Like pay for what you need, pay for what you use, and things like that. And if it can wait until then, it can wait. So now it's just like, is this a need? Is this a want? You know? Um, but like I said, I made great money at my job. And shoot, when things change, it'll make you look at some stuff. But I'm glad, like I told y'all, like months ago, I had already started doing this before I lost the job. I didn't know that God was preparing me and getting me prepared because He knew that I was going to lose this job. So everything happens in decency and order and when it's necessary, you know, and it's taught me a lot. It's teaching me, and I'm grateful for that. So it's just like, all right, you know how you always hear people say money is a mindset. Da-da-da-da. You want more, you attract more, you be more. But it's like sometimes we want more, we want better, but we not doing nothing to help it. So it's like, okay, you gotta get it on order and see where it's going. Because if you disrespectful with money and disrespectful towards your money and your own finances, then you're gonna be just spending it and not being a good steward of your money. Not only do you have to be a good steward of your character, right? And your time, you also have to be a good steward of your money, of your finances. It's all a win-win circle. And I'm just implementing it all and putting it all together. And y'all, it's been moving. Like I told y'all, I lost a job having 19 things worth of debt. I'm down to four, 4 or 5 or something. That's a huge leap. So it's a system, but it also took discipline. It took discipline. And outside of discipline, God damn it, honestly, it took God. Like I literally, I talk to God every day, all day. I literally had to ask. I need help in this area. What am I not seeing? What do I need to do? And He guided me the whole way. So that's what it is. I don't know who you talk to or what you do, but I talk to God with everything I do before I do anything. And he ain't let me down. He ain't let me down yet. Okay. So it's just one of those things where sometimes you have to write it down. Like my cousin used to always tell me, write it down. We'll say we don't have any money. We'll say we don't have any time. Write it down and see what it is that you are spending your money. Like, where's your money going? Hey, CJ, I told you what my one friend, one of my earth angels, that's what I call them, had me look at that and was like, and I was like, oh, well, most of my money go to food. And he was like, well, how much do you spend? How many days a week do you eat out? I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. He like, what? I said, 3 times a day. He said, 3 times a day? How many days a week? And I said, um, yeah. And he said, oh my God. And about how much is each meal? Girl, child, by the time we did the math, he said you spend over 1,200. You told it. He said you spend 1,200 a month on food. I was like, wow. And I remember it used to be like 500 a month or 200 a month. He was like, you spend 1,200 a month on food. He said, well, it seems like you like to eat out, and that might be a little hard for you. So, do you think that you can only just eat out on the weekends? Let's start there. And he said, you don't need to eat out again until you um until you have at least $10,000 in your savings account. I ain't lying. That's what he told me. I said, damn, I said. That's what he told me. He said, you don't need to eat out. I was like, oh my God. He told me this a couple years ago. I was like, oh my goodness. For real? He was like, the money that you putting out in food, you could be putting that in a savings account or something like this. You could be doing something else. I was like, all right. He said, just do it on the weekend. See if you can only just eat out on the weekend. He said, food really add up, especially nowadays. $100 a week is easy. My guy, food a week, I was damn near doing $100 a day. That meant I was rich. You understand? So it's like, come on now. Um, well, I'm responding to something. One second. All right. Um, so I'm like, okay, um, things of that nature. And I just, like I said, I started seeing that and I started looking at the apps. I started doing all that other stuff. So I'm excited. So that I started getting it. So also it's just something like that. He said, damn, yeah. Hey, don't judge me. Okay? Don't judge me. Okay? Don't judge me. But yeah, so it was bad. But I also know where that came from. My previous employment, I was a cop for 9 years. I wasn't packing no lunch, taking it to work, eating on the go, or working all hours. So I'm constantly eating, so I just naturally do it. Plus, my mother, she cooked, but my mom, she liked to eat out, so she raised us eating out too. So it's in my DNA. It's in my DNA. Okay. So look, right. So never said no judgment zone. Yes, we are in the no judgment zone tonight. So it's just stuff like that. So it's just like let's just get it together and just see it. So once I seen that and once it started being done and I started putting that process together, it was like, "Oh, girl, you have more money than what you think. You just spending it in crazy places and unnecessarily." So usually what happens, I save money when I'm changing my diet because I am cooking everything. So now here we are. I only really eat out if I'm doing a food review. And because I had been watching my diet as far as not trying to not eat stuff but counting my calories, I do have to get back to my juicing thing though, but I'm sick of my little fruit nets. But I think I found a solution to that. I'll keep y'all posted with that. Um, and things of that nature, I cook more. So it works out. So that's another thing that, God does to get my attention too. It's like, all right, I start cooking more. And a lot of this stuff is, y'all, if we gotta be honest, y'all know I'm always gonna be honest with me. Sometimes we just lazy and we're procrastinators and don't like to do change because it's like meal prepping I used to be like, oh my God, meal prepping is just draining me so much. But I work best off of a schedule. So when I had to go in the office every day, it felt good. I had my meals planned out. I woke up in the morning, I made my breakfast, took my lunch, even had my snacks. It was like, boom, this is good. But then things changed and I didn't have a system. So when things change, you go with the system. There's no need for me to meal prep now. There's no need for me to do this now. And I already, even though I ate all that, I would eat all the time, out all the time, doing all of that and different meals a day. But I hardly ever, when I don't have to work, when I'm not going into an office on a job or anything like that, I don't really eat much. What I eat today, I had 3 bowls of cereal today, and I got these pretzels from the market and I put them in the oven. Y'all seen them little movie pretzels or whatever? They were really good. I had 2 of them. That's literally all I ate all day. That's all I ate. And I slept, but that's all I ate. You know what I mean? So that's usually what it looks like if I'm not in an office type of environment. I don't really just eat, and sometimes it's what you eat, how you eat. And then I enjoyed myself for Thanksgiving. And then Monday came and I was like, all right, girl, Thanksgiving is over. We ain't really worrying about Christmas because ain't nobody really doing too much of Christmas. On Christmas, we usually like brunch. But it was like, all right, don't worry about that. Get it together. I stepped on that scale and was like, whoo, thank you, Lord. It ain't really moved. I ain't go up, but I ain't go down either. It's right there. So I was like, oh, okay, girl. You still got it. That's why I asked y'all last night, like last week, like, did I gain a little? But the scale was like, no, you didn't. But it's because I recognized what I was eating, what I was eating over the holiday. And it's like, girl, you already know in order to gain a pound, you have to. So for you guys too, in order for you to gain a pound in a day, you have to at least eat 3,500 or more in calories. And I wasn't even touching it. I'm not. I promise. I used to have a clothing and shoe problem. Ooh, you had a clothing and shoe problem. Like we all got our own things. Like your things is clothes and food, clothes and shoes. Mine's is food. You know, we all have our own vices. So, is there anything else? What else is going on before I get out of here? Because I want to get on. I'm still on TikTok, but I'm going to refresh that live on TikTok because people have been requesting the battle, and we want battle tonight. Okay. Um, and if y'all got TikTok, y'all gotta come over on TikTok and tap the screen so that these people don't keep beating me. Let them know I got some people, okay? But the website is looking so good, you guys. I can't wait till we launch that. I did set the deadline to launch the website. Y'all know I told y'all I don't like lying to y'all. I was going to launch the website so that we could all see it here. Um, so you got maybe we can see it together, but I'm probably just gonna end up just posting it. But um the foundation of everything is set. So now I'm just going over everything. I'm not, like I said, I'm not acting out of impulse. I'm being more strategic. It's more structured now with a lot of stuff. So that we can see it. like the whole business aspect of it, and there's different things that I want that's going to be on there to just make this whole thing easier for me. So I'm excited, you guys. So be patient. If we don't launch it in December, then maybe it'll get launched in January. It will be launched, but I'm just getting it together. I know I usually always take you guys on all the journeys with me and let you guys see everything. Um, and I correct things as I go. I don't want to do that this time with this. So be patient. Also, I know thank you guys who are still my fellow Patreons. I appreciate you guys that are members of the Patreon. There is stuff that's going up there, but I pray before I do everything. And right now, God has me focused on this website and this other project that goes with the website. So, but there will be stuff getting put on the Patreon where you guys see. Did I tell you guys about that? Y'all gotta tell me. Did I tell y'all that I interviewed with Tasha K? Did I tell y'all that? And I also interviewed with TikTok. Did I tell y'all that? Let me know. Hey, Benita girl, put it in the chat. Let me know. Did I tell y'all that, or did I just now tell y'all that? Let me know. Let me know. Put it in the chat. Did I tell y'all that, or I didn't tell y'all that? There be so much going on. Yo, when I say I be really over here doing the thing. Let me know. I feel like I told y'all that. I feel like I told y'all. Thank you, Benita girl. She said yes, but not TikTok. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so TikTok. Uh yes. Thank y'all. I be forgetting, like I just can't keep up. So that all that footage, because I recorded it, all of that stuff will be on Patreon. This is why I do have Patreon. That is where you guys can support either all at once or monthly subscription, even as low as $1. Things like that. Or you can always just send a donation to the Cash App. I appreciate it. Or you can always just share the show. Um, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tune in, subscribe to the channel, things like that. I appreciate that. But a lot of that behind the scenes stuff work what is going to be on the Patreon because I give that to you guys. And shout out to y'all because some of y'all I ain't gonna throw y'all names up there, but it's some of y'all in here tonight that's on my actual Patreon. Um, that's like that continued support. I appreciate that, and it's stuff over there too. But it's like I feel like with my Patreon, I have to give them like the exclusive stuff. So all the exclusive stuff goes onto my Patreon. I just have to get that together. Um, and break the video down because it's so much, but all that stuff be on there. But okay, yeah, no, I did. I interviewed with TikTok as well. Um, during these couple of months. So I'm just excited about all the things that's been going on and things that's been moving. Um, and I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't know where it's going. I don't know what it's doing. I'm truly moving out and in the direction of whatever God tells me to do, and I'm doing that. Um, we're gonna have guests. I know I keep saying that, but we're gonna have guests. These are all things that I want to do. But the old me would have already been doing it because that's how I operate. I operate out of impulse. Hey, let's do it. Let me do it. Got an idea. Hey, are you available next week? Yeah. So whereas though now it's like, no, format it, structure it. Got them lined up. And then it is certain things that I want to be a certain way with the guest. Cause I'm like, I've been teetly toddling with, do I want to start having guests come back in the studio? You know? So I don't know. I don't know. He said, hey, Sanara. He said, hey, Sanara. He said, "My bad, I was driving, I didn't see you." I love y'all. Y'all just talk to each other. It's like one big happy family. We are family, like a dot shining tree. Whatever they say on Dream Girls, reaching up for the stars. Um, but yeah, so that's what we have going. I'm just going in a different directions with some stuff, but it's definitely there. I thank you guys for sharing the show. I thank you guys for your continued support. Oh, well, do you? Oh, thank you. We love you too. Thank you. Y'all, and it's just good. And when y'all see and once everything come together, y'all gonna be like, oh my gosh, girl, it looks so good. Everything's just so good. I ain't gonna lie. I've been looking at some of the things that I've been doing and my projects, and I've been like looking at the stuff like I'm in one zone when I do it. So it's like when you're creating it, all I'm doing is just creating it. So I don't ever relook at it. And then it's like when I have the moments and the time to go back and look at it, I be like, "Oh, girl, you be doing the damn thing. Like, girl, you the sugar honey iced tea. You the shit." I had to say it. You the shit. So I was like, I'm tooting my own horn, like super, super excited about it. With my pastor, she always be like, you are so humble. And I think that that is a great thing, but at the same time, like, why you don't be sharing certain stuff? And I be like, girl, because I don't know. But I do be like talking trash to myself. But now I'm really just in it where God is just continuing to show me, like, girl, listen, you understand? So I'm just like super, super excited. I'm super excited about this next chapter. And I don't even want to say next chapter because it's already started. And I'm just super excited about it. Um, I keep saying I want a team, I need a team, I need a team. And he's giving me one. It just doesn't look how I thought it would look. But I finally got some help with um certain things. I finally got some help. And I'm excited. I finally have someone with the things that get on my nerves to do. That if I lay out the structure and the foundation and the base and just send it to them, they're doing their part, and we work together because they are a successful business owner as well, very successful, and it makes it easier. It's some things are getting lifted up off my shoulders. So I guess too, the message in that too is, um, y'all drop the ego, drop the pride, and it's okay to let somebody else pick up where you slack. You better pump yourself up and don't be playing. Okay, whoop whoop whoop, for real. And it's like, whoo, I'm excited. What we need to say? I can't wait to see your next chapter. Thank you, girl. I can't either. Look, and you in it, okay? I love the fact that you in it. Girl, I don't know. That's why I always say I don't know. I don't know what be going on. I know y'all probably sick of me and Benita, but I don't know what be going on, baby. But when I tell y'all, Benita is truly heaven sent. I don't think she understands it for real. She has truly been heaven sent to me. Benita has been with me, so it's just like I always say, if I could get 20 more Benitas. But the Lord say, listen, you got Benita. You only need one Benita. Okay. I'll send you something else. But I like it now because I've met someone else and we've been like um doing things and it's been working out. It's been lifting a load up off of me. And I'm truly, truly grateful for that. Um, because I even tonight, I ain't gonna lie, because I've been so focused. I've been literally I get off and I literally sit at the computer. I was like, I don't feel like doing the show tonight. I don't feel like doing the show tonight. Because I wanted to work on another thing to so I can be done. That's that impulse. And I was like, but I'm gonna do it. And I said to myself, I was like, girl, do the damn show. You ain't gonna be you ain't wait 8 years to start slacking down. Get your ass in there. So I'm here. I'm here. Uh, and yeah. So you guys bear with me. If ever it's a week or something y'all see and it ain't no show, bear with me. It don't assume I'm in the first of all, I'm gonna come and tell you what's going on anyway, next week or whatever. But it don't mean I'm in the mood. It don't mean I'm sad. It don't mean, I'm just building something else right now. And it's like, okay, but it's almost done. It's almost done. So I've been able to do it. Super excited about that. Um, I do say I want to come online more. Y'all know I'll be saying that too. But I believe that if God sees fit though, maybe that'll be possible um once the foundation is set. Cause look, y'all, your girl is moved up. I now have hours of operation. Come on now, let me clap myself up. Okay. I now have hours of operation that I operate on, okay? And I'm just like, girl, check you out, okay? Beep beep. Wait, is there a horn over here on TikTok somewhere? Look at you. CJ showed up and got me doing something. Okay. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Because I was just running around like a chicken with my head cut off, just letting all this stuff go on. I mean, pulling 50 directions. I got all this stuff going on. And I am like, oh, dude, I was operation. Mm. And I've learned and I continue to learn that it's okay to take a break. Okay. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to chill. It's okay to pace yourself. And so a lot of times, you guys, we yeah, shout out to the progress. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yes. Um, and sometimes and so I'm learning that you gotta get some rest. So I was so focused because since I've been doing this and I've been focused, like I usually be on the phone, people usually call me on this. I ain't been able to talk to nobody until like late at night or like my sisters and all them was calling me and calling me and calling me. But I was so focused, even the people who I speak to often, frequently or during the week or daily, I hadn't even been talking to them. Um, and I've been so locked in. So on what was it? On yesterday, I did absolutely nothing. Okay. On yesterday, I was like, oh my goodness. I has been doing all day on the computer for Sunday, Monday, Friday, Saturday, all of that for like 8 hours. When I sit here, y'all, and I show y'all on Instagram, if y'all this is why you should follow me on all platforms. So this way, y'all can be a part of the whole process and see it. Because I share it. I literally sit here and give myself a lunch break and do all of that. And because when I sit here, I'm stuck here, stuck doing stuff. And my sister the other day was calling me and calling me. She was calling me all day. And I'm talking to her vaguely. And then I'm not in this. And then I might be sending this that. All day, all day, all day, all day. And then some other people called. And then I was like, but I wasn't talking. And so then on yesterday, was it yesterday? Or maybe it was Monday. It was Monday. I'm lying. Because yesterday was Tuesday. On Monday, I did absolutely nothing. So on Monday, I was like, let me call her back. Got in the shower at like 7 o'clock in the morning because I don't sleep. So um, I had been up, got in the shower, got on the phone with her. After that, took a little nap. Then she rang my phone. So then I was up at 8 and at 8:45. Um, so I was like, okay. And I talked to her. And we talked. I talked to her all damn day on Monday. Uh, hang up, take a nap, hang up. And she called back. Things happened. So I was like, I really like that. I was like, oh, this feels good. Like, oh, this feels good, girl. Like, I had to take the day off to catch up with people. I was like, oh, it just something about that, just gave me like, I don't know, but like, girl, check you out. Girl, you got to take a day off for work and working from yourself just to have a conversation. If that ain't a baddie, I don't know what is. Okay, like it just makes something about that just feel grown. It feel grown. Like imagine that. Could you guys imagine? Imagine you just being able to take off of work just to communicate. Something about that is something about that is bad. I don't know about y'all, but something about that just be like, oh girl, it's just like, yeah, you're doing it. Huh? You know, like, don't know. So I took off of work to talk on the phone. It's crazy. But that feels good to say that, you know. So I was like, all right, so now I got my hours of operations. And I can't stand when businesses and stuff be closed on Mondays. But baby, I was telling my friend today, I was like, I think I'm gonna do nothing on Mondays. I think Monday is gonna be the day that I just take off. Like, you know. Because I hate the fact that we're in this cycle that you work Monday through Friday just to enjoy 2 days off and then you're right back at it. And I'm like, that's not what I want to do. That's not like it's just so dumb and stupid. Let's just be able to do what we do now, you know? So to just be able to say, oh, I'm taking off the day to talk on the phone. What? These bills gotta get paid, yeah, but I'm laying on my bed in Bermuda playing catch up. Ah, okay. That's my vibe. That's the mood. That's the life I want. Okay. That's the so what do you say? Shout out to the good life. What do you say to the life I live? Now the whole world something going crazy. What do you say? And now my grandmama ain't the only one calling me baby. For real. It's like okay. So that's how toast to the good life. Okay. Like, yeah. What you do today? Oh, I took off. You took off of work to do what? Oh, because I want to talk on the phone. You want to talk on the phone? Don't get your ass there, go clocking. You know, but um, super excited about that. So yeah, you guys, we did it. Like I said again, congratulations to us. Thank you guys. We have the LLC. We were able to have the LLC. Um, and all those things now, all those lovely things we were able to do. Super excited about that. And I couldn't make it happen, Captain, without y'all. And definitely the man upstairs. So without him, there would be no me. So definitely, I couldn't do it without him using you guys to help me. You know, so everything happens in order, and I appreciate y'all. I really do. If you got some dreams and some goals out there, y'all, I pray that the Lord blesses you today, this week, and your family. I pray that you are successful with all that you do and that He continues to allow me to be some encouragement, some inspiration to you guys. For you to know that you can do anything you put your mind to if you just truly believe, because this is all I do. I just believe. I have a prayer and faith, and that's all I have. And a good friend of mine told me, girl, that's a lot. That's the best thing. That's the best thing to have. Um, so it's just truly, I want you guys to do it. If you just tired and you want to freaking take off of work, because I just need a day. I just need to take off. Why? Because it's this new restaurant open. Do it. Do it. Because they'll replace you anyway. So it's just like, but you know what? Listen to me at your own risk, because I am somebody who I do stuff that don't make sense. You understand? But that's only because I just trust God that everything gonna work out, and it's working out, and it works out. So no matter how it looks, it still be working out. And so it's just like we have to do what makes us happy. 95% of Americans go to a job every day that they hate. What does that tell you? So it's just like do what makes you happy. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy life. Live in the now, live in the present. And before I get out of here, Andre, how is your 50 days to 50 going? That it's about to come, it's getting close. It's about to come to an end. Tell me how's that going before we go? And is there anything that you guys are focusing on this week? Share with me. What do y'all got going on? Are y'all focusing on anything? Any goals? Y'all have any goals this week? Y'all got any tasks that y'all want to complete? Look, I will tell y'all to hit the button and call in, but y'all be trying to act bougie. Sometimes y'all be trying to act bougie. Don't want to click the link no more. Look at me lying, talking about no more. Like, girl, no, damn well you don't be putting that link in here every week. I don't, but I'm gonna put it in there anyway, in case y'all want to hit it. You don't gotta show your face and want to talk before we go. If you want to share verbally and not share typically. Oh, I like that. That's a new word, typically. We're gonna add that word to the CCS dictionary, typically. But yeah, um, don't listen to her, y'all. She hate jobs and don't care about quitting. Ah! Listen, I'm saying, listen to me, listen to me, but don't listen to me. I owns it, okay? 'Cause I don't know. It's just, child, I don't know. That is funny. That is funny because me and one of my friends was having a conversation a couple weeks ago. She was like, "Girl, are you still a professional job applicant?" I was like, "Girl, no, but I ain't in a rush looking for one. I'm trying to get this business off the ground, okay? But the Lord make me go back, then I'll go back. But I'm praying I ain't going back. I ain't going back. I gotta put me first, Lucius. I gotta put me first, Lucius. Okay. Well, yes. One more week and it's amazing. Yes, I knew that it was coming to an end. See, I keep up with y'all. I'm invested in y'all too. Come on now. So it's one more week before the inappropriate t-shirt party. See, I remember. I remember. Are you excited? Do you any of you guys got any plans this week as far as like any goals you want to do it, or is just Andre? Andre the only one with a goal, or he's the only one open to share? If not, that's okay. Sharing and caring. You may inspire somebody else. No, that's Sunday. You having a naughty t-shirt party on a Sunday? That might be lit. I know that's right. That might be lit. Mm. What time? I hope you enjoy it. Well, I don't hope you are going to enjoy it. Enjoy it. So, what day is your actual birthday? Because I feel like we need to start. I need to start. We got to eventually start doing stuff for the birthdays. You said I told you Jesus knows my heart. That's right. Ain't nothing wrong with turning up on a Sunday. Ooh. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Next Wednesday. Oh gosh, Andre, you don't want to say the date. Let me go look at the date. Let me go look at the date. It's up, Andre. You know what you just did? You telling me I say when your birthday? You say next Wednesday. That to me that was just as equivalent to me asking somebody, "How old is your baby?" Oh, 35 months. Go. How old is the baby? Oh, 18 months, 16 months, 30. One. The 10th. Okay, thank you. I got my own answer. Lord, Andre making me put the work in. That weather coming Friday, I'm about to prepare for that. What weather coming Friday? See, y'all keep me equipped to life. What's happening Friday? Let me go to Google. What's going on Friday? Y'all see, I'm up to leave. I was trying to figure out why everybody was on the internet talking about school was closed or something. I was like, well, why was school closed? Well, 2 hours late. All right, let me check the 10-day forecast. And this is bad because my mother always be like, Candace, You could be about to walk right into an explosion and you won't even know what's going on because you don't watch the news or the weather. What week? What's Friday the 5th? Oh, AM snow. Well, it's saying it's 31% chance. Didn't it say it's 45% come the 16th and 37% of rain and showers of snow on the 17th. Andre, for your birthday, it's going to be partly cloudy, but you'll be good because there's an 11% chance. She said, snow. Oh, I see, girl. It's supposed to snow and rain. Oh, gosh. Let me get off of it. Y'all making me sad. Let me get off of this weather app. Oh, God. Jesus be offense. Jesus be offense. I'm getting off of the day on Google. What is something good I can Google? Good. But that just uh hurt my soul. You won't break my soul. But yeah, we're gonna get it together, y'all. We're gonna get it together. I'm glad you guys joined me tonight. And I told you I'm gonna be on here longer here. I am on here for another hour and 50 minutes. I gotta get good on TikTok. I'm gonna be something to eat. I am about to do it. Yes, I do. I'm about to snack at like late. I know, mind your business. Don't judge me, judge your mom. We had a good time. I had a great time. Thank you for all the hearts and love on TikTok. I'm about to come. I need y'all to come on TikTok and just tap the screen on the battles. If you don't have nothing to give, you can tap the screen that counts in the battles. Thank you guys for any donations or subscribers tonight that you send. I appreciate it. Share the show. Share the content. Follow us on all platforms. Stay tuned. There is so much more. I'll see you guys next week, okay? But I'm here. If I don't come next week, we don't know, but we're not going to speak that into existence. I just got some things I'm going to finish. Oh, look. I don't know. Christmas Eve is on a Wednesday, so maybe last week, I mean, a couple weeks ago, y'all was talking to me while y'all cook. Maybe I'll keep you company while you rape gifts, okay? Oh, and even New Year's Eve is on a Wednesday. Okay, and New Year's is on a Thursday. Look at me. Look at what a calendar can do. It's just the little stuff that amazes me. I know somebody like not looking at a calendar amazes you. Yeah, because this is stuff I don't do. Um, you know why I don't do? Because what I tell y'all, I live in the day. I stay present in the day. And now y'all really get to see I really do stay present today. The girl ain't even know what the hell the weather was like for tomorrow or next week. In the day. So the 31st. Mm. But that's a good thing though. That may I mean, well, I think people still can have parties and stuff because it's during the week and most businesses are usually closed. So you'll still get the party and run the street. And Christmas is on a Thursday. So yeah, you guys can talk to me on Wednesday. I don't do nothing for like New Year's and stuff like that. So I don't know if so more than likely I'll probably do a show. I don't know who will be here, if you will be here at all, but I will probably be here because girl, it's 8 o'clock and you in the studio. Ah! But yes, I'll see you guys. Thank you guys. Follow me on all the platforms. Join me on TikTok in a little while I go over to the battle world because they've been trying to battle me all night and I keep ending it. See you guys.